Cris Lehman, everybody. Cris Lehman.
What's up, Denver? Man. I'm a pothead in case you guys don't have eyeballs. If there are any blind people in the room, now you know. I started smoking weed when I was in high school, and it was weird because I started smoking and I started noticing shit. Like, I started noticing that my dad had stoner tendencies. Like, he was always finding my weed no matter where I hid it. Like, this one time, dude, I came home, it was the middle of the summer. I walk into my house, my dad's in the kitchen, he's got a giant bag of weed sitting in front of him. And he's fucking pissed, right? He's like, "Chris, what the fuck is this?" And I'm 16 and stupid, I'm like, "I don't know, Dad. What the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Don't play dumb with me, I found this in your jacket." And I'm like, "What are you looking at my jacket for, man? It's like 90 degrees outside." And he's like, "Well, I was doing your laundry. I found a note in your shorts that says, 'Look in your jacket.'" Touche, Father. Touche. Glad you guys are keeping up, Denver. I think this is going to be fun. My name is Cris Lehman. Last person on the ballot, please vote for me. Cris Lehman. Cris Lehman, please. Circle the name. I love Twitter. I don't know if you guys are on the Twitterverse. Twitter's a big thing for me. I love it. It's awesome. I like Twitter because I can talk shit to celebrities and they have to read it. Like, that's my favorite thing. Every day in the morning, I call Kanye West a bitch just because I hate him. I do. I'm sorry. I know somewhere in the world Kanye's looking at his phone and he's like, "Fuck, it's 8:30 in the morning. Somebody already thinks I'm a bitch. This day has started terribly." I love it, man, because I'm hoping that I talk enough shit to him that one day he's gonna wanna, like, fight me, you know what I mean? He'll show up at my house, I'll walk outside looking like this. He'll be like, "Oh, shit, you sounded a lot tougher on your Twitter page. Is there any way that you have, like, a brother that's possibly bigger? Maybe blacker? Is that a possibility?" Because you know everybody's gonna be there, dude. Newspaper, paparazzi. Somebody's gonna catch a picture from the wrong angle. The next day on the internet, it's gonna be like, "Kanye West attacks 12-year-old girl." And my Twitter domination of him will be complete. Denver. Cris Lehman. Again, Cris Lehman, please make sure you vote for me. Cris Lehman, thank you. My nephew got suspended from school last week for skipping school. It'd be awesome if real life worked like that, right? Like, you get caught cheating on your girlfriend, she's like, "Oh no, you will fuck her for 3 more days." And if you fuck up again, it'll be a whole week, goddammit. That's what I wish. I get high, food is weird. Like, I always think about, like, the first person to make a certain kind of food. You know, that's gotta be tough, right? Like, the first guy that made fried chicken, that's a tough sell. That's difficult. You make this food, you invite your buddy over to your house, you're like, "Man, check it out, I just made this new shit. I'm gonna call it fried chicken. And your buddy's like across the room, he's like, "Dude, I'm pretty sure that's called fried chicken, you're an asshole." "Let's go back to my house, I'll make some steamed broccoli, you dick." Can't just add words to food, man. But companies do this bullshit all the time, like fast food places with their boneless wings. Bitch, that's a nugget, all right? Don't fuck with me, Wendy's. Are you kidding me? I've been smoking weed since 2003, all right? I know your dollar menu really fucking well. I know that all you did was take a 5-piece nugget, throw some barbecue sauce on it. Now you want to charge me an extra $1.70? You can take a ride on my suck stick, Wendy's. That's how I feel. Suck stick, you guys can use that. That's a new thing. That's all for you. Take it, spread it around. Once again, Cris Lehman. Cris Lehman, please don't forget Cris Lehman. All right, awesome. When I was in high school, man, it was weird because I always got in trouble. I've got beady little red eyes all the time. I'm like perma-chink, you know? So one time I came home, my dad had beady little red eyes, and he didn't get mad at me at all. He just gave me a really endearing look. He was like, and I was like, oh shit. I think I'm about to get high with my dad right now. So he pulls me into the kitchen, dude, for a conversation. He's like, hey, Chris. This time I'm like, yeah, Dad. He's like, hey, man, do you want a toaster strudel? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want a toaster strudel. That's how I knew he was a stoner. It took him like 45 minutes to get the icing on that bitch. He's in the kitchen like, oh my God. This shit's gonna be so good. Then he handed me a toaster strudel, had a picture of a Power Ranger on it. I was like, that is a skill. I have never been able to do that with the icing. That's extraordinary. Congratulations, Pops. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm half Hispanic and half Irish. Pretty much makes me an alcoholic. My parents got divorced when I was like 20, which was weird because my dad felt like he still needed to tell me that the divorce wasn't my fault, you know? He sits me down, he's like, Chris, I just want you to know this divorce has nothing to do with you. I'm like, I know, dude, you drink a lot. Mom's super bitchy. Writing's on the wall, Captain. But it doesn't, you don't think about it, man. When your parents get separated, like I didn't think about it, they're gonna start fucking strangers, which is terrible. And in my parents' situation, they're gonna start fucking old people strangers, which is like 1,000 times worse, right? Because they want advice, they ask for advice. Side note, that's how I found out that the shit that my dad used to say to waitresses in restaurants, that's his A shit, dude, not a joke. That is what he used to say to get laid before the internet and TV were invented. Like that was his thing. Like when mom calls me for dating advice, I have no advice to give to my mom. I don't even have advice to give to my friends. My buddies ask me, they're like, dude, what should I do about this girl? I really like her. I'm like, I think you should put your dick in her, bro. Quit being a faggot. Like, I don't know. I think if you really want to show her who's boss, put it in her butt. Like that's... I can't give that advice to my mother. She would find that rude. She's the Hispanic one. She calls me up. She's like, baby, I'm dating this man. I just found out he's married. What do I do? I'm like, you've been watching Lifetime for 30 years. What does your research indicate? You gotta run, dude. Get the fuck out of there, right? She's like, but I don't want to run because he buys me really awesome shit. I'm like, Mom, you can't stay with somebody because he buys you cool. What kind of shit are we talking about? How awesome is this shit, right? Because if it's cool enough, if it's like jet ski cool, I'm pretty sure her and I could take that marriage down together. I just need 2 hours of Facebook and a Twitter. His ass is mine. Done. Girls are very trusting, though. You guys are very trusting. Sometimes about the wrong things. Like my girlfriend doesn't trust me to take the trash to the curb every Tuesday, but then she asks me to pull out. Stupid. Terrible decision, girlfriend, all right? If you're gonna trust me with something, it should not be to make sure we don't make another life. I have no idea. Because the thing is, dude, whenever she tells me, I'm like, yeah, I'll pull out, but I just want you to know I nutted on my shoe this morning by accident, all right? Not on purpose. And I know every guy's in here acting like that's weird, but every one of you has nutted on your stomach and not on purpose, all right? Missed the nut rack, you all done it, all right? You shaved pieces of shit, every one of you. Ridiculous. Like my favorite thing in the world is to think like, can you imagine being a chick in the Depression and like catching your husband masturbating? Can you imagine that? Because you don't have the internet, you don't have anything to tell you that this happens. You just walk into your wooden house, or the tree that y'all kick it by. I don't know what they did in the Depression. I don't know. You walk in and you catch your husband, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck are you doing? And then he tells you and you're like, you can do that by yourself? It's the Depression. We have 7 kids. You could have told me that you can shoot your maybe babies on the floor. And what is in your hand? Is that the butter that it took me 9 hours to churn yesterday? inconsiderate piece of shit. You will be wiping your dick on my toast. Cris Lehman, guys. Cris Lehman, please don't forget. I'm gonna do one more and get out of here. No, don't clap yet, you fucking assholes. One more joke. One more. I don't know if you guys have a hood around here. I'm not positive. I guess it's Aurora, right? Is that a hood here in Denver? I used to have a job where I'd go into the hood and I'd hang advertisements on the wall of hood barbershops. Like, this was my gig. So I walk into this barbershop one day. There's like 8 black dudes sitting around, right? So immediately I'm on my whitest behavior. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, don't be assholes, white people. When there's a bunch of them around, we kind of tighten up real quick, right? I was super polite to the guy. I was like, "Excuse me, sir. I'd like to give you money to hang a post on your wall." And the guy looks at me, he's like, "You're gonna give me money to hang a post on my wall? Why don't you do it right now?" And I was like, "Well, sir, that's not really how this works. You kind of have to sign this piece of paper." I come back, I hang it up. And he's like, "Man, that's some bullshit. You can nigger rig it." And I was like, "What?" I was like, oh. I mean, I guess I could try to make Jimmy rig it. And the dude thinks this is hilarious. He looks back at all of his buddies. He's like, "This nigga just said Jimmy rig." All right, guys, thank you very much. That's my time. Thank you. Cris Lehman.